Welcome back. I'm Tiffany Meyer. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said during his meeting with President Trump today that he will boost the investment partnership with the U.S. from $600 billion to $1 trillion. The visit comes a day after Trump said he intends to approve the sale of advanced F-35 fighter jets to Saudi Arabia, a move that would significantly expand the kingdom's military capabilities. Joining us now to discuss these latest developments are two guests, Middle East Affairs analyst Gerard Filitti. He's also an attorney specializing in international law, and national security analyst Rebecca Grant. She's the vice president of the Lexington Institute. Thank you both so much for being here. Gerard, starting with you, the meeting seemed quite warm. What does this mean in terms of the Middle East dynamic?
This means that what we are seeing is a substantive geopolitical realignment underway, where the United States-Saudi partnership is being re-cemented after more than a decade of faltering, and where the U.S. sees the Saudis as a strategic partner of maintaining security and stability in the Middle East, and also at the same time as a reliable partner that will reject more advances from Russia and China. So this is really a key strategic move here, which also broadens the prospect for Saudi involvement in the Abraham Accords and partnering with Israel down the line as well.
I want to get to China, but Rebecca, a big point of the meeting today was the approved sale of F-35 stealth jets to Saudi Arabia. That makes the Saudis just the second country in the Middle East behind Israel to have F-35s. How significant is this for the region?
It's significant, and it's a good sign. Saudi Arabia has a first-rate military, a really good Air Force. They already operate U.S.-made F-15s and many other planes. So for them to acquire the F-35 gives them additional capabilities in the future against missiles, cruise missiles, and it really gives them that next chapter in air power that they need. They'll also be buying 300 U.S.-made tanks, probably the M1 Abrams made out in Ohio. And this keeps Saudi as an important military ally and just brings them up to pace with our other top allies around the world.
And Gerard, on the F-35 front, as you mentioned earlier, there are concerns on national security grounds about Saudi Arabia's technological and defense ties with China and the risk that China could now access this latest tech. Do you see that as a concern? And if so, how should the U.S. guard against that?
That absolutely is a concern, but I think that these are concerns that have been addressed behind the scenes between Washington and Riyadh. The F-35 is the advanced state-of-the-art fighter. It's a stealth fighter that is really a game changer for the United States, and we don't trust that with countries that are not our closest allies. So in order to give the Saudis that technology, and even transferring technology with AI and data centers and other things that were discussed in Washington, that suggests that there have been detailed discussions on not doing business with China and having assurances that this technology will not get into China's hands.
And Rebecca, your thoughts on this?
Oh, they're not going to risk the F-35 capability by doing anything with China. Remember, these F-35s, it's going to be a couple years at least till they're delivered. Their pilots have to be trained. And in the F-35, it's all about software. That's very easy to tailor for overseas purchases. It was designed that way. That stuff will stay out of Chinese hands for sure.
And Gerard, Saudi Arabia was on the road to normalizing relations with Israel before October 7th. And in today's meeting, the Crown Prince indicated Saudi Arabia wants to be part of the Abraham Accords, but also wants a clear path to a two-state solution in Gaza. How are you reading this? Are we closer to seeing Saudi Arabia joining the Abraham Accords?
We are closer in large part thanks to the Security Council's resolution yesterday, which does put forward a tangible step forward for security in Gaza and building that framework for a potential Palestinian state. That's essential language and an essential guarantee under international law that gives the Saudis the cover that they need to move forward with normalizing ties with Israel, although we're not likely to see full membership in the Abraham Accords for some time.
And staying with you, Gerard, very quickly, what would that mean for the region?
What that would mean basically is a unified front against Iran and Iranian proxies. It would mean more defense cooperation, definitely economic cooperation that would benefit all the countries in the region, and realign it more towards the West than the East.
And Rebecca, what is the current level of security cooperation between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia? How far does each nation want to take it?
Well, it's extensive, and don't forget, it's been 30 years, but we fought together during the 1991 Gulf War, and Saudi Arabia has a very, very capable military with security cooperation ties that are quite deep and quite formalized. And I think we want to see this go forward. And as Gerard pointed out, a lot of this, whether it's the AI agreements or the F-35s is about making sure that Saudi Arabia stays with us and doesn't succumb to advances from China. This is a really important part of the global competition, and Saudi Arabia is a very, very key partner. So I'm glad to see these increasing ties and, of course, the Saudi investment back here in the U.S.
Significant moves for sure. Gerard Filitti, Rebecca Grant, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.